Hey guys, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but like, there's a lot of sequels coming out lately. How has no one else noticed this yet? Hocus Pocus 2, Enchanted 2, Moana 2, Inside Out 2, Incredibles 2, then we got Princess Diaries 3 and Devil Wears Prada 2 coming out. Well, those ones are okay, actually. These are the only sequels all out. But, anyway. I can't believe no one's talking about how many sequels there are, but like, I don't know if anyone's noticed yet, but all these sequels kind of suck. No, but seriously though, whoever found the monkey's paw and they were like, I wish that my fledgling multi-billion-dollar movie studio would stay in business forever. Please, just let me die. So, yeah. Beetlejuice 2. Now, I did a video about Beetlejuice 1 maybe like a month ago or so, and I actually liked that movie way more than I thought I would. Mainly as the progenitor of like much of what we have today in terms of the kind of self-aware, creepy, messed up, gothy kind of stuff, you know? And also how the movie was all practical effects and stuff, like that was really cool, even by today's standards. So I would have been excited for this sequel, except, come on guys, this ain't my first rodeo. But hey, let's check it out. Come along kids, let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. Now, I'm sure y'all know what Skillshare is, okay? I mean, come on, it's the best place to learn how to do almost anything. 2024 is wrapping up real soon, and there's no better time than now to start learning how to use Notion for better organizing, or how to start a YouTube channel so you too can make fun of Disney Channel movies, or like almost literally anything else you can think of, really. And like, of course you can use Skillshare to level up your career and get into a new industry and all that, but also you could just learn stuff in your free time for fun, you know? Not everything has to be all rise and grind all the time. Maybe you want to learn how to draw and animate just like for the art, man. And not to be a slave to algorithms that always change behind your back and you have no idea when or why. I'm doing okay, guys, trust me. Everything's fine. And like, sure, you can use YouTube and stuff to learn things too, but like, you never know if the info's up to date, or like, is the playlist complete? You finish part 4, then it goes to part 7, and like, what are you supposed to do? Well, Skillshare has learning paths that tell you exactly where to go and when, from starting at novice level all the way up to learning how to be a professional and everything in between. No guessing, no mystery, just learning stuff, man. So if this sounds interesting to you, guess what? The first 500 people who become Skillshare members using my link will get their first membership month completely free. You can do both of these learning paths I just mentioned completely free. You literally have nothing to lose. So click my link down below and get creative today. Okay, back to the show.
Come in, if you dare. The living, the dead, can they coexist? That's what we're here to find out. My name is Lydia Dietz.
I'm sorry. I love how she still has the exact same hair. These freaking bangs, man. Felony crime, I tell you what. Okay, so first thing, we meet up with Lydia Dietz once again. In the 30-something years since the first movie came out, Lydia has become a ghost hunting TV show host. Because remember back in the first movie, we found out that she could see ghosts for some reason, and this has kind of haunted her ever since.
I told him he needed to wear contacts, but no. Mr. Big Shot Magician wouldn't listen.
Wow, this sure is a weird time to take your multivitamins, Lydia. So yeah, Lydia has a problem, and that problem's name is Rory, this guy. Her manager slash producer slash boyfriend, I guess. Because you see, he's trying to capitalize on her ghosting powers. Or ghost-sing powers, I guess. Ghosting powers would be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so that's why I think there's too many female main characters in video games. I will now parrot a bunch of other political opinions I've heard from various podcasts and pass them off as my own original thoughts.
What happened out there?
I'm fine. It's these double taping days that can get to me.
Kills me to see you feeling like this. Because when you're feeling like this, it just makes me feel what you're feeling. So in a weird way, it's like when you're hurting, it's hurting me. I don't know.
Oh boy. Oh great. So you got yourself one of these. Hey, so like, I'm an empath, which means I absorb the feelings and emotions from people around me, but actually I just use this as an excuse to be the worst person you'll literally ever meet. So, want to date for like 3 years until your soul gets crushed into applesauce? Also, like, slight spoilers for the rest of the movie, but Lydia is not at all Lydia anymore. Winona Ryder is just playing Lydia exactly like Joyce Byers from Stranger Things. I mean, like, sure, my personality's gone through many changes since I was 16. I'm also still the same person, though. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you feel like that.
Hey, it's okay. If anything, it just shows how connected we are. It's like we got the same stupid little heart.
Now, right after this, Lydia gets a text from her stepmom, and she rushes off to meet her because it seems important, I assume, based on context clues.
Because I had to cancel the performance. What happened? What? Oh. Your father's left me. He's divorcing you? What a horrible thought. No, he's dead.
So like, super not fun fact, but the actor that played Lydia's dad in the original movie got in some trouble back in 2003 for trying to hang out with a very young person. Wink, wink. And so for this movie, they just like killed him off. You know, being something of a YouTuber, I'm always kind of in awe of how many people just like throw their whole life away for like a 13-year-old of all people. You know how easy it is to not do that? Anyway, so now Lydia and her stepmom have to go tell Lydia's daughter that her grandpa has gone to the great Las Vegas buffet in the sky. I'm sorry, alleged mom. Okay, all right, this one got me. Shut up, Mom, you don't understand how hard it is to be me. Honey, you asked if I could sell you to a gorgeous but emotionally troubled billionaire mafia boss and then send a bounty hunter to save you who happens to also be equally gorgeous but in a totally different way. To which I said, I'll think about it. See, Mom, you never support my dreams. But yeah, so this is Astrid, and she is quite literally just every other Jenna Ortega character wrapped into one.
When you're all on your third kid and second divorce, we'll see who gets the last laugh.
But you know, to be fair, okay, there's like a handful of girls I went to high school with who were very popular and very mean and don't give you hugs even when you ask where your hug is, and now they're literally in this exact situation, so the stereotype comes from somewhere. But yeah, so Astrid and Lydia are not on speaking terms, apparently, for some reason, I guess.
Astrid! Stop torturing your mother. I know I usually find it funny and only fair after the way she treated me when she was your age. Your mummy's lost her daddy. You've lost your grandpa. And I've lost my horny handyman.
What? And so long story short, Lydia, Rory, Astrid, and Lydia's stepmom have to all drive back to the old house from the first movie to have a funeral and deal with all of the stuff that's been left behind. Meanwhile, in the death world, Danny DeVito is a janitor who accidentally wakens an evil soul-sucking succubus demon. But hey, we've all been there, you know? Like, who am I to judge?
Hey, Toots! You're not supposed to be back here.
Hey, so, if you ever want to do that to me, you know, like, I mean, I'm down for whatever you want, Monica Bellucci. Now, turns out this lady has some kind of connection to Mr. Juice, you know what I mean?
Any idea why my suspect wrote your name in this schmo's goop?
Oh, well, wouldn't be the first woman who wanted to kill me. And kind of hard to kill a dead guy.
This gal can. She's a soul sucker.
Oh, yeah, you could say that again.
Yeah, so, shocking plot twist, she is actually Beetlejuice's ex-wife, who's now out for revenge against him, and Beetlejuice himself is out to get Lydia back after she left him at the altar back in the first movie because he got eaten by a giant sandworm from Saturn, okay? Women are so shallow.
My ex-wife is back. Well, I know what you're thinking. When was the juice ever tied down? What kind of woman could ever keep him satisfied?
I don't know, my dude. An immersion blender and some coconut oil goes a long way. But like, okay, so here's the movie thus far. Lydia has her own TV show about ghost hunting, which is like the least Lydia thing I can imagine, but whatever. She also has a pill problem because she can see ghosts. Also, she's dating this weirdo, Rory. Her dad dies and she has to go to the funeral with her daughter, who she's estranged from because her dad, Lydia's husband, also died. Beetlejuice is trying to get back with Lydia, but also his soul-sucking demonic ex-wife, parentheses compliment, has come back to life to get revenge on him for something, and Police Chief Willem Dafoe is on the case. This is a problem I've seen with so many movies recently, okay? Which is like, they always try to cram in way too many plot threads. Just in the first 15 minutes of this movie, we have 5 different threads going. And that's like only half the total, because later on, Astrid just cannot stand to be around her family for another second. Hey, trust me, I get it, my dude. Going back to visit family at like Christmas or whatever, you know, it's like, day 1. Wow, I haven't seen you guys in so long. How's your family? You got a new barbecue. That's so interesting. Day 2. Sure. Yeah, no, please go ahead. I would love to hear more about your favorite TikTok conspiracy theories. Day 3. Anyway, so Astrid rides off into town, almost gets hit by 4 cars, crashes into a fence, runs right into a tree, but can she see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah. I'll live. What are you reading?
Crime and Punishment.
One of those.
No. It's one of those guys. Wow, you're like a guy, but you read books? Like, yeah. So like, oh, what are you reading now? Oh, you know, just a really boring book written by someone who doesn't even know what a cell phone is. Wow.
One of those. What does that mean?
Nothing. I've read it 3 times.
Did you really?
Yeah. Pain and suffering are always inevitable.
Yes. Yeah, guy. I can't believe you're quoting Dostoevsky. That's...
Wait, this is literally that scene from Mean Girls 2.
Brutal.
You know, most girls would have laughed, texted back, or posted a status update.
Do I look like most girls?
This was honestly one of the worst movies that's ever been made. Anyway, so this is Jeremy, and he's a guy, but he can hold a conversation longer than 3 minutes, so someone won the lottery.
Is your mom Lydia Dietz?
Unfortunately.
She's a legend.
Well, yeah, if you believe in supernatural bullshit. I only believe in things that I could see. No science. Facts.
Well, listen, I'll be here tomorrow if you want to break from the insanity.
Yeah, okay, Jeremy, you're just gonna stay at home in your treehouse on a holiday and read your sophomore year summer reading list? Psst, yeah, okay, well, do you have an entire shelf full of Kirby figures that look like different kinds of food? Didn't think so. But yeah, so adding on to the pile o' plot threads, Astrid meets a boy, gross cooties, and they keep hanging out every chance they get. And then Rory proposes to Lydia right after the funeral.
Come on, Rory, I love you.
I love you. What are we waiting for?
Okay, I guess.
And people said romance is dead. So like, as per my earlier point, this movie is just all over the place. Like, it's a bunch of random story threads that never really go anywhere. The only semblance of like a coherent plot is that Astrid hangs out with Jeremy on Halloween, and then they're all like, blah, 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 and then this happens.
What are you?
Don't you know? Astrid, really, you don't have to be scared.
You're a ghost.
That's right, Astrid can actually totally for real see ghosts just like her mom, and Jeremy's actually been a ghost the whole time. And so they get to talking for a while, and Jeremy tells Astrid that there's a way for him to come back to life, and in so doing, Astrid will finally get to see her dad again.
I can only do it with the help of a living person. But I'll give you one reason to help me. You get to see your dad again.
Thusly, they go into the afterlife together. So then we cut to Lydia talking to the real estate agent, and she finds out that Jeremy died 23 years ago after he murdered his parents, and she's like, what? But he's attractive. Those kinds of people would never have bad personalities. But of course, that leaves her with only one option left to save her daughter.
The juice is loose.
I need you to tell me what this means.
Oh, well, let's have a look, shall we? Long story short, your daughter's screwed. She decided to trade lives with a boy. He gets to come back while she's stuck on the other side permanently.
So Lydia agrees to marry Beetlejuice once again if he will help her save Astrid, which he does, and then solves the whole thing in like 4 minutes.
I think it was Dostoevsky who said, later.
Shrek. But then it's time for the Beetlejuice-Lydia wedding, and of course that's when Beetlejuice's ex-wife finally shows up again after completely disappearing from the movie after like 20 minutes in when she does this. Lord, I've seen what you've done for others. Anyway, so she finally finds Beetlejuice, and then Astrid uses the Dead People book from the first movie to open a portal to Saturn to summon a sandworm who eats Beetlejuice's ex-wife and Rory, who's also there for some reason. Whatever, it doesn't matter, who cares? And then in the end, Lydia defeats Beetlejuice by saying his name over and over again, which is a thing that works because it does, I guess. And that's more or less the end of the movie. Okay, so if my recounting of this movie seems kinda all over the place and not making much sense, that's because this entire movie is all over the place and doesn't make any sense. It's like 2 or 3 different scripts just beating the crap out of each other. None of these plot threads are ever given enough time to mean anything, and like every little bit of backstory we need to understand what's happening is just dumped on us all at once. Beetlejuice tells us about his ex-wife.
Passito nell'abisso, ma il destino, come un fantasma, proietta la sua lunga ombra in una notte fredda e senza stelle. Il suo nome, Dolores.
Astrid just kind of monologues about why she hates her mom.
But can your mom, I don't know, like, contact him, or?
She claims she can't even see him.
Why not?
Because she's a fraud.
Well, I think it's a little harsh.
Lydia lore dumps about her husband and Rory.
Ooh, again with the creepy breathing.
It works. I learned it at the survivors retreat where I met Rory.
Of course you did.
Look, I was in shock after Richard died, and I was working on my unresolved feelings, and Rory had just lost his fiancée in a skiing accident.
Awkward exposition.
Like this whole movie is just like, hey, so here's some backstory. Here's why you're supposed to care. All right, now let's do this 8 more times. It's like they're so scared of people getting bored or something that they just cram 3 movies worth of stuff into 90 minutes. Like, Beetlejuice is a demonic force of mischief with magic powers, but he used to be human? Are we gonna talk about this at all? Quick, no time to explain. Lydia has to talk more about the artificial trauma we gave her for no reason. Or even like how, so the movie heavily implies that the reason Lydia has a problem and the reason Astrid hates her is because when the husband/dad died, Lydia could never see him, even though she could see like so many other ghosts. And so when Astrid goes with Jeremy into the dead world and Lydia goes after her, they do indeed find this man. Except none of these like crucial character motivations they established earlier get any kind of resolution, or he never explains why. We just get this.
I know you can't see me, but I check in on you both all the time. And I don't want to be the reason that drove you two apart. You need each other. You make each other better. We made a great kid.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, that's gross, Dad. But like, that's it? Lydia lost her mind and almost lost her daughter because... To be fair, the special effects are really cool. Like, it's mostly practical, which I always appreciate. But the actual movie itself, the story being told, is just complete nonsense. Not that I expect the Beetlejuice movie to be some kind of cerebral masterpiece, okay, come on, let's be real here. But like, even Beetlejuice himself is just like way toned down from the original movie. In the first movie, he was just so, you know, he was Beetlejuice.
Ask you something, is this relationship really solid? Do I have a shot at her at all?
Excuse me.
Sure. Am I overstepped my bounds? All right, let's get down to business. You're right. I got a card around here somewhere. Here. Who do I have to kill? There you go.
You don't have to kill anybody.
Possession. Good.
But compared to that guy, this Beetlejuice is just downright catatonic.
Bob, like looking in a mirror. You see, Bob, it serves my decoy. You'd walk in front of me at all times. That way she'd suck your soul while I make mine get away.
It's just like every character is a totally different person. Except Catherine O'Hara, though. She's great. She's perfect. But like all the little bits of personality from the original movie that kind of like gave birth to this entire genre is mostly gone. Like for the most part, this movie's just kind of a straightforward, flat kind of movie. But so, surprising nobody, ultimately it's just another case of a sequel no one asked for and doesn't make a case for its own existence after the fact. So, you know, just throw it on the pile, I guess. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmeyerscontact@gmail.com and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.